And today I'm going to show you how to do proper stock selection for selling covered calls for steady money income. Okay, it's very important that when you're selling covered calls, you pick a stock that provides the opportunity for you to make the most steady money income possible every week or every month, right? I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you want to do when selecting a stock for selling covered calls is make sure it is in the S&P 500 index. All right, S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the United States. They're quality companies. Make sure you start there. There's plenty to choose from, all right? So make sure you pick one from the S&P 500 that puts you on the right start right out of the gate. Next, you want to make sure the stock is in an uptrend, right? Not every stock in the S&P 500 is going up in price, right? Some are going down, some are going sideways. You want to make sure you pick one that is in an uptrend for the last 1 year, 5 years, 6 months. I'm going to show you how to do that in the next slide, but that is one thing you want to make sure of, right? After that, you want to make sure their revenues are also in an uptrend. So now you get a stock from the S&P 500, top 500 companies in the country. It's going up in price, the stock is, and now their revenues are rising as well. All three of these things put you on a good, safe path to picking a quality stock with relative confidence. Say this thing is going to continue to go higher, right? A great covered call stock. And then lastly, you got to make sure there's options available. You might find a great stock in a great uptrend with great earnings, but there's no options available to sell, or very little options available to sell, which makes it very difficult to do covered calls, right? So make sure it has options, liquidity. I'm going to show you how to do all three of these things right now. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go Google S&P 500 stocks, and you'll get a list of all the stocks in the S&P 500. That's all I did here was Googled. I don't even know what I Googled. Let me show you a list of S&P 500 stocks, okay, is what I did, and it gives me all these. Right, so I click on it, look at it, pick one, pick them all, scan them all, pick ones you want. But what I did for this example is I chose Pepsi, right? Pepsi is a member of the S&P 500, and so I selected it. Now the next thing I want to check, is it in an uptrend? Well, how do I do that? You go right here, right? Look at year to date. Is it in a year to date uptrend? It's not, okay? Is it in a 1 year uptrend? It is not. Is it in a 5 year uptrend? It is not. So this stock disqualifies immediately. Pepsi, while it may be a great company, pays a really good dividend, has long-term growth, possibilities. It's just not a good candidate for selling covered calls right now. Okay, so we'd pass on that one. All right. The next one I have to look at is Amazon. Let's look at Amazon. Okay, Amazon, another S&P 500 company. Let's do step number one. Well, step number one, is it in the S&P 500? It is. Step number two, is it in an uptrend? Well, from here to there is green. That means it's in an uptrend. So year to date, it's in an uptrend. 6 months, it's in an uptrend. 1 year is in an uptrend, and the 5 years in an uptrend. So yes, this would qualify as an uptrending stock in the S&P 500. So next, we want to go look at the financials. How's it doing financially? Are revenues going up? Well, here you see in 2021, it did $469 billion. In 2022, went to 513, then to 574, 637, now 691. So yes, their revenues are definitely trending up nicely, right? So it's in the S&P 500. Stock price is trending up. Revenues are trending up. Hey, next thing, let's go see if it has good optional liquidity. So you go down here, you click on options, and you look at the options change. Let's see how many strike prices it has. Yeah, look at all the strike prices available. Well, what do we tend to like to do? Normally 2 to 6 weeks. So we'll go out, let's say a month from today, and say, okay, what's the availability on option? At the one strike out of the money, a couple strikes. Yeah, there's all kinds of liquidity. So checkbox everything. This stock qualifies as a good covered call stock. Okay, it's in the S&P 500. It's in an uptrend. It has rising revenues for the last 3 years, and has all kinds of options and liquidity. Okay, very good. Let's go on to another one. Let's look at McDonald's. Okay, McDonald's is a very good company, a very good stock, pays a very good dividend. Let's see how it's doing price-wise. Okay, it's green, so that means it's in the year-to-date uptrend. It's green on the 1 year, which is pretty close to the same thing. It's in an uptrend. 5 year, it's in a really good looking uptrend, right? Not bad. Let's look at their financials. I got a feeling McDonald's is doing fine. Let's see. 23 billion. They dipped a little bit in 22, but let's see. Then they went to 25, 25.9, 26. So they are trending up the last 3 years in a row. So does this stock qualify? Yes. Right now it does. It's in the S&P 500. It's trending up, and its revenues have increased the last 3 years. Last check is options liquidity. Does it have options liquidity? Well, let's look at the expiration dates. Okay, it's got a decent amount of them. Let's look at 30 days out, January 9th. What's the availability? Not very good. Not much open interest at all. Okay, this is not what you want to see when you're selling options. You want to see what we saw in Amazon, where there was thousands of people looking to buy options and lots of open interest. So this would now be a bad candidate for selling covered calls. Okay, let me tell you what I mean by that. It doesn't mean you can't sell covered calls on it. If you already own McDonald's and you want to sell covered calls and make some extra money, you can. But I would not recommend buying this stock just for selling covered calls, okay? It's a great company, it's great stock, but it's not the best thing for selling covered calls. While it can be done, it's not the best, okay? Let's go look at one more example. Let's see what else I have on my list over here. I have Apple. Let's see what Apple does. I got a feeling it's going to be good. Of course, that's why I selected it. Okay, I'm trying to show you a good example. Let's look. Apple. Let's look. Step number 1. Is it in the S&P 500? Yes, that's where I selected it from. 1 year, it's in an uptrend, right? 5 years, it's in an uptrend, right? Let's go look at its financials. How's it doing financially? 394. Hey, it went down in 2023. That's not good. Well, what did it do after that? Oh, it went back up to 391, 416, and now trailing. So is that a good candidate for selling covered calls? I would say no. It doesn't have 3 years of rising revenue, so there's no guarantee that uptrend on the stock is going to continue to go higher. So right here, we would just disqualify it and say, okay, Apple, we love you. You're a great company, but we can't sell covered calls. You're just not a good candidate at this time. Now, if they come out with the end of the year and it shows that it's going up steadily, right, then we could do it. But it's not rising 3 years in a row, because this little dip right here from 2022 to 2023, it went down. So that's a negative sign. So we're going to pass on Apple. Now let's do one more look. Let's see what else I have here. We have Meta. Let's see what Meta's doing. All right, it's in the S&P 500. It's 1 year, it's in an uptrend. It's 5 years, it's in a really good uptrend. Let's see how their financials are doing. Okay, financially, they went up from 117. Well, they went down right here. But let's see it. Then they went 134. That's 1 year. 164. That's 2 year. 189. That's 3 years. So 3 years of uptrend in revenue is what we're looking for. So they qualify so far. They're in the S&P 500. Their stock is in an uptrend, and their revenues are rising 3 years in a row. Now let's just see what kind of options liquidity they have. So go to options and click. Let's look at all the expiration dates. They offer plenty of them. We're going to select our desirable one, which is a month out, and see what they have. It's not great, but it's not bad. I would say this is a covered call candidate. There's plenty of people. I don't think you're going to want to sell more than 100 contracts. That would take about $6 million to do so. So I think you're pretty good at selling covered calls here, right? It's got enough liquidity for the average retail investor to be very liquid at anything they want to do. So yes, this would make the list of selling covered calls. Okay, now that's 4 examples. I can do one more just to give you something else. What do you want to do? Let's pick on one that I just made a video on. It's Oracle, and let's see how they're doing. Oracle is in the S&P 500. Let's see if they're in an uptrend. They are. Let's see if they're in a 5-year uptrend. They are. There's this big swing. Watch my video on Oracle. That was a good one. I put a link in the bottom if you'd like. So now it qualifies there. It's in the S&P 500. It's an uptrend. Let's see what kind of financials it has. All right, it went from 42 billion to 49 to 52 to 57 to 59. Yes, so it's a real stable company growing really, really well. 5 years in a row of solid growth. Let's see what kind of options they're offering. So go to options, look at the dates. Got plenty of dates. Let's look at our desired date for now on January 9th. See what it's got. Yeah, it's got plenty of options activity, right? Lots of buyers, lots of sellers. Right? Even more importantly, let's look at the bid and the ask. Look at the bid and the ask price. $13.85 to $13.80. See how small that spread is? 5 cents. That's what you want in a highly liquid option, right? If it goes from $13.85 to $15, that is not a very liquid option. There's not a lot of liquidity in the options activity, so you're going to have a hard time getting in and out of covered calls at good prices. So this is what we're looking for. This qualifies as a really good candidate for covered calls. All right, that's enough examples, I think. One other thing I want to throw at you is that if you don't feel comfortable picking stocks, you can do an ETF. And I'm going to show you an ETF is a basket of stocks, and this one is called an index ETF. It is QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ index. And if you look at this, right, it's in an uptrend. It's in a 5-year uptrend because it's the NASDAQ. It's the stock market, right? This is what the stock market is doing. So you don't have to worry about revenues, right? You don't have to worry about any of that. All you have to do is worry about, is it in an uptrend and does it have lots of options available? And this one does, right? The downside to this is you won't make as much money selling on index funds as you will on individual stocks. Individual stocks tend to pay more premium than the index. So until you learn some other strategies, you subscribe to this channel. So there's other strategies I'm putting out about how you can leverage index funds so you get their safety and then you get the high payout of being leveraged as compared to doing individual stocks, right? Stocks are more risky than an index fund, but there are ways to make a lot of money off index funds if you know how to leverage them properly. I have other videos coming out for that, so make sure you subscribe so you get those notifications. But look at this. This is very highly liquid. The spread is 1380 to 1374. It's only a 6-cent difference there. Pretty good. I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong. It's 1366 to 1374. 8-cent spread. That's pretty good, right? And look at all the option activity. There's enough because this is a very high priced component. $625. You're talking $62,000 for every option contract. So I don't think you're going to want to do more than a 200 unless you have a really big portfolio. And if you do, you're probably not watching my videos. You're probably making your own, I suppose. But anyway, that's enough examples. I think I've given you a good enough understanding. If not, go down to the comments and put a comment, ask some questions. I'll be happy to answer them for you.